Enough, you know the rules. The animals get the food first. After all, we have to feed the chinchilla horde, the foxes, the 3 thrumbo, the corpse rats, muffalo pack, boomalope, chemfarm, grenade boom rats, clone insectoids, 9 good boy huskies, the 2 lazy cats, that 1 penguin in our freezer, the iguana sleeping in the generator room, the monkeys in the janitor closet, the stable of horses and cows, and that 1 panda who inexplicably knows kung fu. After that, you have all the leftovers. That only after. Animals. One of the greatest things on this planet for meat, companionship, and more importantly, memes. For today's episode, we are going to be talking about modded animals that can be useful to you with the materials they give, the strength of them to add an added challenge to your game, or just something to meme on, because hey, people seem to love the meme options. But what qualifies as an animal in this video? Well, anything that is controlled in the animal tab. So if it is controlled through there, it qualifies as an animal mod, even if the animal may not be a conventional one. Though we will throw in a few mods that work with animals as a bonus, so you can have an awesome meandering like I do. As always, remember to like and subscribe to let us know of any other cool animal mods to talk about, because we are definitely going to do another video on the subject, don't you worry. As for likes, I'm thinking for every 100, and I don't know, 7. So yeah, 107 likes, we get an elephant walrus, a bucket, or return their bucket to them. Yes, 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 yes! Return the buckets. I don't know, I'm just lip whatevering this whole script. Pulling out the old school memes for this one, eh, Brad? Right. Hopefully with all these animals, they can help you with dealing with raids. But before we get on to the rest of the video, I want to tell you about our sponsor. And our sponsor is our Patreon. $1 goes a long way to helping create great content for all of you to watch every single week. So if you have the time and you are interested in helping support this channel and the content that we make, head on over to the Patreon and give us a sub. Anybody that has any of our mid-tier subs will get free merchandise shipped out every few months, so there's that too if you want that primo Noobert merch. Yeah, back to the video. Right, we're live. So animals mods to talk about. The first one we want to talk about is, of course, vanilla expanded animals, because hey, not a Noobert video without a shilling for Oscar. So not only do the faction mods usually include some new animals or some way to interact with them, no. Be it some Viking warhounds, cloned insects, and alcohol that Muffalo go crazy for. But what I'm referring to is the many biome animal packs, which diversity every base game biome with animals that make sense. Stuff like penguins in the ice sheet, snakes and giant scorpions in extreme desert, tigers in the jungle, and of course Australian animals who spawn all over. But Oscar and their team are total pros to bring attention to those wildfires when Australia had them. And look at that koala. It's so cute. Alright, koalas can be pretty mean. Know what else I mean? Hurting endangered animals. I love how Oscar and his team included this pack in letting us take care of the animals and then release them back into the wild for a small faction opinion boost, even though knowing half of the player base is another bit of meat and leather. I know my followers aren't that heartless. Right? Yeah, moving on. From conventional animals to alien alpha animals, along with alpha biomes, will provide you with strange alien creatures to contend with, like black insects, invisible alien lions, and worst of all, mimes. No, not that mime. This mime. Horrifying. They join as colonists and then eat your food, then you're colonists. That's pretty messed up. Though that's not all they have, and from what I can tell, they are still adding on to the mod. I can't wait to see what they have in store. By the way, word of advice, the aerofleets are super useful later on as they give a substance that can be refined into fuel, which becomes a great power source. Plus they blow up like Boomalopes, so you can still have walking grenades. Who doesn't like walking grenades that blow up your barns, yeah? Of course, if you want more storage animals, get alpha biomes, which adds even more animals in their own special biomes, like the weird alien forest where everything has too many eyes, a region composed of slime, the gelatinous graveyard full of the skeletons of the great beasts, and a jungle full of giant spiders called Feralisks. No joke, there are badass spiders according to the lore, where created to be a source of synthread, and if you can tame them, keyword if, you can tame them, you can have a source of synthread. Of course, being badass spiders, they like to hunt other animals, including colonists. They make great pets if you can tame them, but more likely than not, they are a big pest to eliminate. Don't go into the freakish jungle unless you are crazy prepared, or give us 10,000 likes on this video so I do it. Bren, what if they actually do that? I don't want to be eaten by a spider. Right, moving on. Oh great, more spiders. Yeah, Arachnophobia by Jekyll, and then resurrected by the workshop necromancer we all know and love, Millie, and spiders. Giant spiders. Let me get that right. It's giant, big, huge spiders that hunt whoever they want, animals, and wraps them in a web, which actually can be used for a clothing source. If you feel like contending with the, again, giant, huge, ginormous, evil, giant, evil, huge, big, giant, evil, mean, scary, terrifying spiders. Though that's not the most horrible. Phone, shut up. We're recording a video right now. Stop. Stop. Though that's not the most horrible thing about this mod. So it adds flying spiders. Flying spiders? It adds flying spiders. Who wrote this on the script? It adds flying spiders. That's terrifying. People, this mod is the stuff of nightmares. It is definitely Bren, what's next? Please be something less cursed and evil. Please. Bren, I said less cursed and evil. Fine, some more Monster Girls adds, well, Monster Girls to your game. From cowgirls who give lots of milk, slime girls who make you healing gel, which like the heal roots, so that's nice. Bren, where's this going? Thrumbo girls who also give milk, but also are badass fighters befitting their species. Okay, we have some fighters here. We're getting back into normal stuff. Oh, and even a fox girl. Oh, that one's for Raz. Okay, maybe this mod isn't too bad. We have something for Raz here. There is even an enhancing patch so the monster girls can do more than walk around and look cute and be milk with the... which actually pretty much most of them. If you train them in, that's cursed. If you train them in hauling, they can do other jobs like cutting plants, cleaning, and even mining. Definitely great to having around the house. There is also support with Vanilla Expanded, cooking to make Monster Girl cheese. Because hey, if you are going to have Monster Girl milk, why not turn it into cheese? And then have a fancy yet cursed colony. There you go. Seriously, Bren, where do you keep finding these? Stop. All right, back to the video. Though speaking, just breathe, out, audience, do it with me, in, out. Now we can continue with the cursed mods. Even though this is an animals guide, this is more like a cursed mods guide where you milk things. Lots of things get milked. What the hell? Though speaking of animals that help out around the house, the housekeeper cats can do that, and without the cutesy animal girls. They are rare, but if you can get some, you will have a colony whose hauling and cleaning needs can be taken care of with these friendly felines. I definitely like their design, and it's a great simple mod for those of us who love animals. Plus, who wouldn't want a cat who actually helps around the house, as opposed to a cat who causes trouble? This is why I prefer chinchillas. They are good-tempered and don't cause trouble. Though while their fur is great and valuable, I always feel like an asshole whenever I kill them. I also feel this way when I see dog leather gear, cause what sick monster would kill a dog for their leather? Rant aside, someone actually made a mod to allow fur harvesting, which if you ask me is great. Though a funny story involving this mod is that the creature Rad Grin Artist spoke to Tinian on Reddit about how chinchillas wouldn't spawn in the jungle due to the rain actually hurting them. Tinian responded, there are genetically improved ones that would be able to handle the rain, so Archer decided, hey, they would also be better at farming. And that's how we got this nice quality of life mod. Ha ha ha! Fun shit! On the subject of farming animals, there is the Animal Patches mod that makes it so Muffalo can now be milked again. Normally, I just say the Milkable Buffalo mod, but this also adds a few other fixes like yaks being shearable and boars having advanced intelligences, which means you can party like it's Rimworld beta and have a colony of smart hauling boars. Ah, classic times. Oh, and back on the subject of Muffalos. Dapper Muffalos. Oh, great, Dapper Muffalos. If you want to have some Muffalos that look fancy, then get this mod. I didn't know this existed, but now I'm happy to know it does, because come on, it's a top hat and a monocle wearing Muffalo. That is freaking awesome. Let's face it, animals are awesome when they are in costume. Yeah? Then again, animals in general are awesome. Let me know in the comments what are some of your favorite animals. Obviously, we here at the colony love our foxes and chinchillas, but I also like... Oh, that's a lie. I just like foxes and chinchillas. I know it says insert your actual favorite animal here in the script, but I like foxes and chinchillas. The rest of them are just milkable things. As Bren has clearly stated, everything is to be milked. Always geeking out on anime stuff, as always. All right, get back to work, Bren. Get back to work. Thinking about Muffalos, there are other Muffalo mods out there. So might as well throw them in. Here, since we got the dapper one on the list, first up is the Mammuffalo, which is what happens when you get a mammoth and a muffalo child. They are bigger and tougher than normal muffalo and are more prone to fighting back when someone gets the idea in their head to hunt them. But their wool is a great insulator if you can tame them, so it would be worth interacting with them if you decide. Next, the Alpha Muffalo, which is a very old mod that has been resurrected by 2 different people, if you can believe, and this gives male muffalo horns and so on to differentiate them from female muffalo, which I could see some value in. And finally, the Pygmy Muffalo that adds one of the most adorable things I've seen. Since the Chinchilla, just look at it, it's so precious. They act like normal muffalo, just at a smaller size, and give out wool and milk in smaller quantities, but at a much faster rate than a normal muffalo. Granted, muffalo nowadays don't give milk without mods, still I think they fit in the world of Rimworld and they shouldn't be overlooked. Muffalo in general are pretty cool as an animal. I wish they were real. They give wool like sheep, originally milk like a cow, good temperament, and are pretty big, so lots of meat. It's the perfect farm animal and that makes them cool. So, know what else is cool? Dinosaurs. Kinda makes me wish they are still around, but then I remembered a lot of them are bigger than elephants, so maybe it's for the best we don't have to contend with them. But your colonists can with the classic Dinosauria mod, so let's get the drum roll. I didn't need to do that. The mod that adds awesome dinosaurs to your world to either hunt or tame, and both are great for you since given the size of them, you can have enough food to last for a long time. With the leathers being pretty good quality, they'll both be, though be careful, not every dinosaur is gonna take it like a chump, and you will have a pretty big fight on your hand. So rule of thumb, if it's bigger than you, make sure you got really good weapons to take it on, cause you just might cause an extinction of your colony. But hey, taming some of them can be a good investment, be it very tanky pack animals, or if you get the raptors, a pretty awesome hauling or even hunting pack for you if you got the Hunt for Me mod. Yes, yes, yes. Before we move on, I should mention the creator of this mod, Spin Curious, I'm butchering that one, is actually part of a development team working on a third-person shooter called Afar that's still in beta, and given we like to support modders and so on, we figured we should give them a shout out. Back to Rimworld, the sister mod to Dinosauria, which is of course the also classic Megafauna. This mod adds in ancient animals from Earth's past to the game, so basically when everything was jumbo sized and could kill a man for looking at him funny, definitely great for more variety of animals and tame. Though reminder, plenty of powerful predators are among these animals, so be careful. Of course, if you have all these crazy animals in your colony, you are going to want to improve them, or at least fix them up if you got hurt, or they got hurt, or you got hurt. I skipped some words in the script, so we're just gonna say if they got hurt, because I'm not gonna go back. But the base Rimworld game doesn't really give you much in the way of replacement parts. Thankfully, a dog says is here to the rescue. This mod adds animal-specific prosthetics and bionics so you can make sure your favorite pet is either a killing machine or can stick around longer to be a good happy boy. Though not every animal is always compatible with a dog says, given there is always a new mod coming out, so sometimes it's hard to keep up with compatibility, the Xeno Bionic patcher can pick up the slack. Rather than adding animal-specific parts, it patches the game so any bionic can go into an animal. Either one of these mods are great for keeping your pets mechanically awesome and around much longer. Though with all the surgeries going on, you want the best chance to actually succeed. After all, medicine and bionics can be expensive, and no one wants to be known as the guy who hurt the animal even more due to a botched surgery. The animal hospital bed can help you out, which I'm actually surprised isn't a base game thing. It's just a simple animal bed you can put into your clean hospital and gives better 10 quality bonus and surgery chances, meaning you are less likely to mess up on keeping your favorite animal alive after a bad raid. Speaking of beds, one mod I didn't know about was the invisible animal beds, which according to the mod creator can be placed anywhere, even on the furniture. That's pretty hilarious and cool. Now your favorite dog or cat can finally sleep on your bed with you, or elephant. If you want the hilarious idea of a giant factum somehow being supported on your dinky wooden bed, then fine, yeah, go for it. Go for it, yeah? Do it. Just do it. Do it and then send a picture to me on Discord. I'd love to see that. This mod alone is worth it just for that. So, know what's great about having pets in real life? They are fun to play with, come on, who hasn't enjoyed a game of fetch with a dog or used a laser pointer on a cat? I'm glad I found the Animals Are Funny mod by Rebels that allow pawns to play or walk animals as a form of recreation and a bit of animal handling skill training. I like simple mods like this, but it's always a shame when they aren't noticed. Even we we can't overlook them. Pretty much speaking of mods you might overlook, ever wanted to see Boomalopes in different flavors? Then try the elemental boomers. Normally a Boomalope will explode in a blaze of fire or pain, but these ones are different, ranging from fire foam, stun gas, and smoke screen, and EMP. An EMP Boomalope? You have an electric hand grenade for a Boomalope? It's like an eel on land. Plus, they still give chemfuel, so now you can have safer Boomalopes, so no more barns becoming the first layer of hell when raiders drop pod into the barn. Oh, yes. And all your chinchillas can stay around one more day. That's the really important part here. Plus, I like the colors. Personally, I think this mod could add a few more, like maybe a darker green Boomalope that releases toxic gas that gives a toxic debuff, or one that releases smelly gas that gives a mood debuff. Due to pawns hating the smell, the possibilities are endless for this one, so mod dev, if you're watching this, add on to them. Let's make some weird Boomalope. Let's make, I don't know, let's make like a Boomalope that causes toxic fallout when it dies, so you just gotta take care of it until it leaves. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That'd be an in-game event right there. Moving on, to add to the Boomalope fun, how about adding Boomalopes bleed chemfuel, which, as the title explains, has Boomalopes bleed chemfuel rather than blood, which means when they inevitably explode, they will light up more of the landscape. Yes, we always want more fire. That makes sense. It makes perfect sense, given the chemfuel sacks leaking that stuff would cause problems. It's basically a fuel leak. Oh, and this works with boom rats as well, so they can join in the fun. Oh, God. That would be awful. Awful. Oh, and word of warning to combat evolved users, butchering Boomalopes seems to trigger explosions at the butcher table, so maybe avoid hunting them for dinner in your playthroughs if you include this mod. What fun that would be. Dude, no. The one other thing to avoid fighting if you include this mod are the boom elephant. Well, at least when it isn't raining. These giant fuel sack covered elephants are great fuel sources by producing them at 3 times the rate, but if you hunt them, beware of the far larger explosions. They go boom even bigger. Bigger booms, people. Bigger explosions. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. What is it with you and going all Michael Bay on us today, Bren? What is this? Why? I don't understand. No, your signs make no sense. Back to the video. Breed a couple of these and you got some great walking TNT for raiders. No animal would be stupid enough to hunt these out in the wild. Same with Boomalopes given the explosions. But there is a mod that fixes that. Predators hunt boom creatures, so predators will be more than willing to hunt Boomalopes and boom rats. Definitely a hilarious sight to see. At least till the wildfire starts and you regret making your base out of wood. But hey, that's the Rim, baby. Simple, funny, and does the job well. My writer Brent always puts this one in his games for the fun. Can't blame him. Another one he always puts into his games is the Wild Reproduction mod, which allows animals to, well, reproduce. Oh yeah. How would we do it? Oh yeah. Only now in the wild, so you can keep a constant supply of animals to hunt if you give them time to reproduce, though for some animals, like predators, might want to take care of them otherwise. These 2 wargs you left alone now have become a hungry pack. Plus, wild animals can breed with your animals, so that's something to keep in mind at times, though you can prevent that with the Neuter Mod. Oh yes, the Neuter Mod.
Bob Barker reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, he is right. It's definitely responsible in plenty of cases, and with this mod, with a simple surgery, your pets won't get pregnant. Good for when you have limited resources or just don't want more pets clogging up the save. Let's see what's next. Give me a moment. Other animals can fight or become your blight, but this can walk. They can walk. Other animals can bite and make fuel to power lights, but they can walk. They can walk. All right, I'll stop. Just had to do the joke. Someone actually made a mod of the Pokemon Furret. Yep. It doesn't do much, but hey, it can walk, and really everyone like it for that. You know what? I love doing this video. Definitely going to have a part 2 in the future because animals in general are great. From cats and dogs to more exotic stuff. I'm glad the internet as a whole agreed that animals are great. Not to mention memeable. Speaking of memes, hey Bren, what do you have for us today? Something more recent, please. All right, let's take a look at this meme. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, let's see what the comments were for that. I agree with that. And was it the top comment here? And that's why I give my animal handlers plate armor. What are you trying to tame? Boomalopes? Oh yeah, second comment immediately Boomos. Yep. Before we wrap things up, do me a favor, and if you have a pet in your life, give it some love because we really don't deserve the pets we got. And if you don't have a pet, maybe donate some money to a local animal shelter. They work really hard to help make sure animals can find a good home. And of course, thank you to Zilch, to SGT Water, and Semberto for supporting this channel. Thank you so much, you top tier supporters, giving you a shout out in the video because you basically paid for this week's content. Good work on you. Good work on y'all. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Patreon link in the description if you want to help support this channel. We're handing out free merch after you've been subscribed on the Patreon for a few months. You get early access to the videos. It's great. Supports the channel. Just $1 a month. Help us out. It's really helpful. And we will see you in the next video. Or immediately if you click on another one. So go ahead. Click another video.